Hey guys, this is Shtick, and this is me talking about my Ubers UU Open Round 1 Best of 3. Spoiler alert, I won. But I still wanted to talk about how my games went. So this is the first game. It's a Rillaboom Fat team. I don't know if it's stall or fat balance. Initially I thought it was stall, but either way it's still... I made this team during I want to say the December shifts, but it still holds up pretty damn good today. So might as well just talk about how the thing went, how match game 1 went. Alright, I led with Magearna. Alright, so I led with Magearna because I wanted to set up spikes, and currently it's my best actually it's my only hazard setter on the team. But I was afraid. But I volt switched here because I was afraid that how do I say that Smeargle would taunt, and that really blows because if I wanted to because that means I couldn't get any spikes up. And here I make another mistake. I should have gone for the Grassy Glide. I should have gone for the Grassy Glide here instead of just U-turning out to my Giratina, but I feel like, but I was wondering like maybe it would do something else. Whatever. See, that's what I was afraid of, because now I can't taunt. Alright, here I just switched to the Donzo. Alright, so I guess I just... Alright, so I guess I think he switched... I think my opponent here switched out to King Gambit because it was pretty good, because, you know, Dark is good against Ghost, which my Giratina is. And then I figured, you know what, I might as well just switch to Dondozo because it's just good against a lot of physical attackers. I guess seeing this, my opponent goes for the Necrozma Donwings. Then I set up a curse because I wanted to set up on the King Gambit. However, since I don't have a safe switch in for Necrozma Donwings, I think, I just decided to let Dondozo go out here, but not before chipping the Necrozma Donwings pretty heavily. Actually, no, the Dondozo survives. It's the Magearna that gets blown away. Okay, so I have my Giratina in. It's probably not a good idea to have a Ghost type against another Ghost type, especially when it's boosted so much, but I reveal my secret plan here. Paranormal. In reality, I just wanted the defogs to get hazards off. And then I was expecting like a photo. Okay, so I saw stored power, so... And I whisked because I was wondering if it was going to switch. But seeing that seeing that Necrozma used stored power here, I thought, oh hey, it's time to Arceus Dark. And then the Necrozma Arceus dunks on it. But here's where the hero of the story comes in. The Crown Shield Zamazenta. Thanks to Behemoth Bash, I actually am able to KO the Necrozma Donwings. And because it could survive a Ivy Cudgel, I was able to safely boost up my Iron, and then Body Press, bang, Ogerpon's gone. And believe it or not, Zamazenta Crown is actually a pretty good check for Magearna, because even Floor Cannon can't really do much against it, and it could just boost to KO to like 2, and it could just need, and it only needs 1 Iron Defense to, alongside Dawn with Shield, I guess, to be able to 2-hit KO Magearna. I mean, as you can see, I think this is a specially defensive variant because my Magearna, because if it's like a physically one, I think it does like 60 to 70%. But seeing this one do 80 to 90 to doing like almost all of its health, I'm pretty sure it was a specially defensive variant. But yeah, as you can see, even with Draining Kiss, it just didn't recover all that much. Another Body Press is enough, and because my opponent burned their Terra, King Gambit's still a Steel Dark type, which means it gets blown away by the Body Press, and my opponent forfeits. I presume that his Kyurem White is not Choice Scarfed. Anyways, Game 2. Now you might be seeing this weird green lizard over here. It's called Sceptile. Arguably the worst or second worst Shed Tailor in the tier, but considering there's only 3 Shed Tailors at all, I wouldn't call that an accolade worth crying yourself to sleep over. But anyways, this is meant to be a revolving door variation, and it's built more so for the January shifts because Arceus Electric and Iron Shreds are here. Arceus Electric is just a standard Calm Mind Sweeper set, and Iron Shreds is just offensive utility, but I think I screwed around with the EVs. But I digress. I think my Magearna set's the same from the previous team? Maybe not? I don't remember. I'll put the paste in the description anyways. But anyways, I believe it's... Alright, I'm gonna start the game. Alright. Okay, so I got the lead completely wrong. Here. I thought he'd lead with Smeargle again, which would mean I'd get a free chance to flip turn, do damage, but it appears he led Ogrefon Hearthflame, and that's kind of scares me a little bit. So, for whatever reason, I switched to a Fire-weak Pokemon. But it's physically defensive, so not too worried. Still, thankfully I paralyzed it before it got blown away. Okay, and then I got surprised again because I didn't know it would do that much. So, fearing it, I send in Sceptile to Shedtail for Zacian to get in safely, and as you can see, it works. Now I emergency Terra. My Zacian's Terra Fire here, so that way, and it has Iron Head, so that way I could have a favorable win against Zacian's, but my opponent does not bring Zacian. Even so, it's still useful as like a way to resist Ivy Cudgel. As you can see, Zacian survived that because of the Terra. And then close combat's able to KO Ogerpon. I go for an Iron Head, hoping for a flinch, but it appears to not work, and Memento just puts Zacian back at effectively 0. And then I just go for a Play Rough to do whatever I can. Then move. Okay. So, yeah. There wasn't much that Zacian could do left. So I figured, okay, I'll switch into Sceptile, get a Leech Seed off, and then perish. And then I could send in Arceus Electrics basically for free and set up. I didn't know what kind of variation this was. Pretty sure later on I figured out, I believe it to be a especially defensive Calm mindset, I believe. But yeah, I wanted a Leech Seed here because, yeah, I already said that. Make it easier for Arceus Electric to come in. But I missed, and that's unfortunate. It doesn't describe my series, but I win, so you know. And then here comes Arceus, it sets up. Moongush Beam only does a little over a quarter. So I set up again. And they set up too. So I decide, you know what, let's just go for a Judgment. And I guess they were too preoccupied to figure out about the, to realize, oh wait, this Arceus is a little too bulked up now. I'm not too sure what was going on in my opponent's head at the time, but I guess they were just trying to see if they could survive Arceus Electric, because now it just KO'd the Necrozma Dawnwings. Here comes the King Gambit again, but bop. Okay, and here's Kyurem White, which I'm a little afraid of, because I don't know what it is at this point. So I go for another Calm Mind, hoping to be able to tank whatever it could throw at me. It missed the first Draco Meteor, so I still don't know if it was specs or whatever. But then after going for an ice beam for damage, the Kyurem goes for a Draco Meteor. It only does like 30%, but it reveals it was Life Orb, so I guess that's why my opponent forfeited in the previous round. Oh well. Then I go for a recover because I thought, I could be safe. But then he busts out the Endeavor, which I think is really interesting. Which is a really interesting idea, especially and a weird use case for a Life Orb in a modern generation. But alas, my Arceus is still faster, so adieu. And then I just finish up with Judgment, and that's game. I'll put the pace in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all hopefully round 2? I don't know.